Hello once again, and welcome back to the Champion Draft Series Season 2. We've got another exciting player interview today, here with MajiinBae, head of the Ionian Idiots. Welcome, Majin. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so Majin, for the two people watching this who do not know who you are, would you mind letting those of them know just a little bit about yourself and your role here in the Runeterran community?
Yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer slash YouTuber, I suppose, slash competitor. I feel like I cater a lot more towards the competitive audience, and I have definitely a preference towards more spell-heavy Ionia style decks.
Hence the name.
Hence the name, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, wonderful. We are looking forward to seeing you and your performance here in the series. Sort of building off of that, you, with your audience, and you've been a part of the competitive scene for the very long time, sort of build a reputation for yourself as a player who, instead of trying to really six-head people and build these counter lineups like some people do, and sometimes have success with, you build just grab the strongest decks and say, hey, I'm going to outskill and outperform my competition, and have a good amount of success with that sort of strategy. But this format's a little different with the limited tools that you will have at your disposal. Do you think that you can still pull off that kind of strategy in this kind of series, or do you think there'll have to be some adaptation here?
Maybe a little bit of adaptation, but probably less than people think. I feel like the things that are super strong, like you would say, that I grab onto, aren't necessarily entire decks. They're not 40 card decks, but maybe a shell, right? Let's say the Nasus self-slay shell, right? It's very strong, and you can grab that and you can port that into other things. And so I expect that I'll do a lot of that in this series, where I grab something that maybe isn't exactly what you'd be playing, but I can go, okay, I know that these 4 cards are very strong together. Let's make it work with this. Let's make it work with this champion that normally wouldn't be played in this pile or something.
All right. No, absolutely. And I don't want to get too much into your draft strategy, because at the time of this recording, we haven't done the draft yet. We don't even know what your pick order is going to be yet. So I don't want to spoil too much. But on that note, you already mentioned Nasus. Do you expect your champion roster at the time the draft is over to sort of reflect your own personal playstyle, spell heavy, or combo decks? Ionian Idiots probably have a few Ionian champions, would be my best guess. Or do you expect to gear towards more a balance of power and synergies and region utility, getting all that region access there in your lineup?
Yeah, I'll probably I will look pretty heavily for a couple champions that I really like, but I think the first few, especially my high priority picks, are definitely going to be flexible things. Case in point being Samira is probably the most flexible, right? You can put her in anything, and I think in this kind of format, champions like that are very powerful.
100%, and that's why they're going to be some of the more expensive ones in the roster. So, looking at the competition and looking at a few, I won't say any names, but I'll say we've had a few interviews with players that are we might steal an Ionian champion or two in the draft just to get some people upset. What do you sort of expect from your team for this competition going forward? What do you expect the results to be?
Ooh, probably pretty good. I think we can do pretty good. Wouldn't it be funny if I said I would expect a lot of Demacia or something? Just all Freljord big guys.
Just throw up that smoke screen. Just Galio first pick.
Exactly, yeah. just Mage Seeker Jr. in every single deck. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say that I think I do well. However, I tend to not perform as well in, I guess we'd call this a limited format than in traditional constructed formats. So hopefully I can overcome that.
Yeah, hopefully, and we look forward to seeing your journey throughout the series as we see if that is something that you can overcome, or if that might be something that might throw itself in your way. Really excited to see how that works out. So that basically wraps up our interview today. Majin, thank you very much for joining me. Where can people find you if they want to find you and follow your journey?
Twitch, Twitter, MajiinBae, LOR, MajiinBae on YouTube. Pretty easy. You just type MajiinBae, LOR, and it'll show up.
Great stuff. Yeah, and I'll make sure to put the links down below in the description so that people can find that pretty easily. All right, so thank you once again for joining me, and look forward to the Ionian Idiots performances.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.